It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
You're not on to friends getting married for a second time yet?
That hasn't happened yet. And
I've had a couple of them.
God, what a selfish butthole that is. Throwing that party the second time, like, oh, here we go again. Do I even buy a gift? Grab the box off the porch of wedding number 1 and give it to him again.
And Steve.
I've been the best man in 2 weddings. I've given 2 speeches.
Okay.
Both of those weddings have ended.
Belly up.
Both of those marriages have ended.
You got to feel like there's a point of pressure on you. Like, does that feel like, hey, I feel like I was swindled in this whole thing.
Yeah, what the hell?
And I want to take it back.
I used all of my good speeches.
Yes. Also, Nicole, if you're 0-2, do you deserve a third chance at best man?
Now, here they are, 2 guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
Melissa Vaughn, everybody.
Never needed this music to be done sooner in my life.
Oh, yeah? We got a lot?
I have been waiting with bated breath.
Okay.
To get the most urgent of follow-ups this podcast has maybe ever had.
Okay. I don't really... It's been what, weeks. 2 weeks since we recorded? A week and a half? Yeah. I don't know.
Good to see you, by the way.
Yeah, I know it. I know it is.
And
good to see you, too.
I need to know where in this nation 2 things are right now.
Okay.
And 1 is your childhood BMX bike.
Okay.
And 2 is the thruster. I forgot. Was it the...
That was the high voltage thruster.
The high voltage thruster. I need to know right now. Now, one more moment can go on in my life without knowing where these 2 pieces of history are.
The funny thing is that picture that I sent you from when I was back in New Jersey of the infamous BMX bike from my youth. I also sent that, or I think I posted it on Instagram or something.
You did? Okay, I didn't see that.
And somebody replied, "Is that the high voltage thruster?"
If that's there, I also have the photo that you texted me. I will post those. Those will be up by the time you're listening to this on our social media right now at Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on Blue Sky if you want to check that out to see what Steve's childhood BMX bike looked like. And then I'll also post the picture that y'all need you to hand over of the high voltage thruster.
Yeah.
So you sent me 1 follow-up from your time in the motherland in between hand fistfuls of gabagool.
Yeah, gabagool.
And Karma, the nightclub that the Jersey Shore residents, which I believe you told me has closed down.
I believe it's been gone for like a decade.
It's like go-to reference, though.
Yeah.
So
that's all right. That's a good... if you're going to have one, that's
right.
It.
In between that and a busy trip, you dug out your bike and you sent me a picture of it. And not only that, you sent me one of the saddest things I've ever been a part of.
Oh, no. What did I...
And it was a link to the BMX over 40 group.
It was over
30?
Over 30 BMX.
Apologies.
Don't worry, though. I'm starting to get notifications, or I'm starting to get recommendations for the 40 and over BMX group. So,
well, we know that. You don't need that, though, because you're in your mid-30s.
Yeah.
As we found out. So you sent me that, and I came to the realization that what you had was a 60-pound dinosaur on your hands. And I don't know if you
Maybe
knew
not
that.
60. Probably 40.
I don't know if you remembered that it was that heavy, or if that was a bit of a shock to you.
No, but they all were.
Okay.
It's not anything... I mean, it wasn't surprising to me.
So I'm interested on multiple things about these bikes. 1, do you have an avenue you'd like to go? Would you like to wrap up the thruster, or would you like to go through the saga of the New Jersey childhood BMX bike first, so we can get the train on the tracks?
We can get the thruster out of the way pretty quickly.
Okay, because you were in a spot. with the thruster. If you missed that whole storyline last week, a friend of a friend had this that then gave it to that friend who was then supposed to figure out a way to get it to you.
Yeah. My poor friend Ben is like, he's stuck in the middle of this, where his buddy gave him a bike to give to me. I don't, to my knowledge, I don't know who this person is. I don't think I've ever met this person. So I got a text out of the blue one day from Ben saying, "Hey man, you want an old BMX bike? I got you one." And I was like, "What? Okay. What is it?" And then he sent me the picture of it while we were recording the last time. We looked at it, and it was the high voltage thruster, which was a Walmart quality bicycle from about 20 years ago.
Yeah. And again, that whole saga we laid out and the pickle we laid out, because I think you were in a pickle because you couldn't now leave said bike at your buddy Ben's house.
Right.
And it's not Ben's job to say to his friend, "Can you take this turd back?"
Right.
So you
Please put this back in your barn.
Yeah. So the high voltage thruster, you were kind of spitballing ideas of maybe you could keep some pieces and use it for a new bike. That's just what you need is a new build.
I think that what I kind of settled on in my head was that I was going to get it, clean it up, get it working right, put some new tires on it and polish the wheels up a bit, get it working good, and then take it to a place that I bet any bike shop will accept that, because they all take part in those, donate a bike, and then they give the bikes to a child in need who can't afford a bicycle or whatever. So
this would be a bike donation that wouldn't even give you a tax receipt.
No, probably a bill. They would actually charge us.
You would see the saddest bike shop employee going, "You need the 1040 then?" And you're just waving him off.
Well,
thrilled.
Little Jimmy's gonna love this one.
Thrilled that you've unloaded this iron weight on your life.
It's basically pulling up behind a business after they close and emptying my garbage into their dumpster. That's essentially what I'm doing.
So what is the update on the high voltage thruster, which looked like it had many more miles to go on it? Ready to roll.
I was at Ben's on the 4th of July last week.
Celebrating America. Yeah.
Celebrating America, lighting off some fireworks, having a good old time.
Yeah.
And what I can tell you is that at no point while I was there did the high voltage thruster emerge or come up at all.
Oh, okay.
I honestly completely forgot about it.
You were celebrating America and her beauty and glory and her future, and you decided, I don't want to bring the spirit down by mentioning his dead weight in our relationship. I'll save that for another holiday. That's a good point, by the way, because I think a used BMX bike is a Labor Day conversation.
Oh,
you don't want to.
Is it? Maybe put that on the poll as a used BMX bike, a Labor Day conversation.
Because you don't want to burden such. I mean, it's a tier 2 in my world. Tier 2 holiday, like the 4th of July.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Labor Day is a tier 2 holiday. Good Lord. Labor Day doesn't even, maybe bottom of tier 3, simply because you get the day off.
That's it. And I don't even want to say that, being oblivious to a large majority of the people who work in industries that don't get that day off.
Yeah.
That Labor Day is a nothing burger.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that. So it did not come up.
Didn't even think about it. I don't think we've spoken about it since the day that he sent me the text. But I am going to I'm gonna complete this saga. This will happen. I will get the high voltage thruster. We will have a great photo op. Yes. Maybe you and I can ride around in the Zach and do some tricks on it. I could teach you a thing or two.
Please do.
Okay.
And you remember
I'm just picturing this already. This has injury written all over it.
I remember the rule.
You got injured taking a step.
Oh, Steve, we were doing like tee hitting practice with my 6-year-old like a month ago. And my left knee still has sharp pain in it when I step. Okay? So yeah, the fact that I'm able to injure myself on a BMX bike does not surprise me. It doesn't, I'm not going to sit here aghast at the implication. I might be the only person who's had to visit the ER twice for softball injuries. Not competitive softball.
I bet that's not the case.
You don't think so?
No, there's plenty of softball warriors out there. You weren't the only one.
I need to podium for slow pitch softball ER visits.
Can we get a trophy for that? Who sends us our trophies?
Oh, boy, that's a good question. I forget. Okay, so you remember the rules from last week. Yeah. Whenever the high voltage thruster makes its appearance in the sack,
Zach.
That's right. It's just it's a lisp. You are not allowed to ride it.
No,
until I'm here with a camera.
Can I work on it? Can I get it in riding condition?
Sure. If you want to polish a turd, Steve, while you wait.
I'm assuming that the high voltage thruster is at least going to need some air in the tires.
No question. I would not want you riding that gem on somewhat deflated tires. Yeah, please do.
Brush some cobwebs off of it.
Yes, please do.
You'll be the first to know when it's in my possession.
Okay. I'm actually happy because we're on a bit of a time crunch tonight, and I didn't want to feel the need to say, like, I need to go see the thruster.
Okay.
Mid-record.
Well, I'll tell you what. It'll be in this room for you to see.
I can't wait.
Right.
I cannot wait. I need that in my life. So we move on from that because obviously you're going to part that out and hawk that thing into a dumpster the second you get it here. So now the childhood BMX bike was at last check TBD. You were going to go see it. You didn't know if you wanted to take.
That's actually why we went to New Jersey, so I could visit. I could visit my old bike.
Drug the family along, and decided, hey, I guess you guys can come, but just so you know, first things first, we're digging this bike out of a shed.
Right.
So you didn't know what you were going to do with it. You decided you had an offer of a local bike shop guy.
Local bike shop in, I believe it was Manasquan Bicycles in Manasquan, New Jersey.
To box it up and ship it to you.
The Manasquan Bike Shop, yeah.
And I don't know anything that happened. So please run us through, because I'm sure it was a flurry of emotions as your family surrounded you with hugs and love as you unraveled your childhood memory of this BMX bike. And you tried to explain to them the importance of this thing to you.
Right. I gave them a lecture on mid-school versus new school versus old school BMX, the hard defining lines.
And then you gave full middle-aged dad lecture about thumbprints and fingerprints on daddy's bike.
Yeah.
No touching the hog.
Yeah, it's daddy's moneymaker. I'm going pro.
That's right. So please run us through what happened upon your return to the homeland with this bike.
I really don't know where to start with this. Okay, it's weird, but I'm going to kind of start in the middle. So, got back to my mom's house. There it is, hanging up in the garage. I took it down off the hook in the ceiling, covered in cobwebs. It's in rough shape. The grips, the grips on the handlebars, how normally they're like soft rubber. I was able to just grab onto them and peel them off of the handlebars. They had basically melted and disintegrated. So,
man, when was the last time you think you rode this or touched this bike?
When I was in college. Okay. So 02 probably, 03 maybe. So I took it over to Bob's house. Bob had a bunch of tools there that I could use. We were able to disassemble it because I figure, okay, if I'm going to ship it, I at least have to disassemble it, take the wheels off and, take the seat off, take the pedals off so it can kind of lay a little bit flatter. And then I went back and I found my contact info at Manasquan Bike Shop and I sent him a text and I said, hey, by any chance, are you, I think we might be in the area tomorrow because we were planning on going to the shore the next day. And he said, yeah, I'm here. I said, awesome. Might be in the area. I would love to stop in. I want to see the shop. I want to see what you guys got. I was asking him some bike questions. I was like, oh, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? And he said, cool. Sounds good. We'll be here. Well, the next day came. We couldn't go because the weather was not going to be good enough for a beach day. So we ended up not making it. So the bike did not get dropped off to be shipped.
Like at all?
At all.
Okay.
But the good news is, and the good news is wrapped in bad news.
Can you give me the inside then, the bad news first? Oh, no, I'm sorry. The good news is on the inside, so the bad news would be on the outside of this present?
Yeah. I think, and I think that it's all going to make sense when I tell you why.
Okay. All right.
The bike is in the warehouse right now.
Hey!
Yeah.
So you did not need the help of Manasquan Bike Shop.
I did not need the help.
I will close their website because I was about to dial up the gentleman's phone and say, please give us your honest to God thoughts when that bike came through your door. So what changed for you? This was, by the way, a beyond generous offer from a listener of the side.
Yeah, very, very generous.
And Steve and all of the Jersey Shore BMX riders, thank you for your service, Manasquan Bike Shop.
Yeah. Salute
to you. What happened? And did you ride it back in a feat of Forrest Gump?
No, because as you know, we flew. It was a long saga of us finding those flights.
Yep.
Are you finding the flights
Yep,
and me booking the flights? The way that the bike got back is that it rode in the car that we ended up driving to and from New Jersey in.
Oh no. Well, listen, I've never been accredited as a travel agent.
As a good travel agent.
Good. That's an important distinction. Oh no.
Anybody can book a flight.
So this is a bit of, like you said, a bit of joy wrapped in a burning fire.
Yeah. It's
for you.
I mean, it is the epitome of the crap sandwich.
Oh, no. I mean, this is a whole new can of worms. Oh, no. What happened?
Yeah. We woke up the day that we were going to fly. We were flying out of Detroit, so it's about a 2.5 hour drive. We packed up the family. Had everything in one suitcase. It was super convenient. Drive over there, park the car, go inside. We're eating lunch in the airport. And just as we're standing up to walk to our gate, I get a text. Flight was supposed to leave at 2. This is like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I get a text from Spirit Airlines. Your flight has been delayed.
Pretty reputable.
Delayed 2 hours. So I looked at it and I was like, well, that kind of sucks, but no big deal. We'll just hang out.
Did it give you an estimate right off the bat?
Yeah, so instead of leaving at 2, we were now going to leave at like 4:15, I think. So that's all right. I still had to do some podcast editing. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to sit down and I'll put my headphones in. The kids were more than entertained by the moving walkways and just went back and forth on them for like 45 minutes.
Oh, man, a beautiful distraction.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So it's like 3:45 and they start boarding our flight, and probably, I don't know, they got up to like zone 3 or zone 4, people down the jetway getting onto the plane. Then they made another announcement.
It's that we're ahead of schedule and we're now going to be there in an hour?
Now the flight was delayed again, another 2 hours. So now it wasn't leaving until 6:30 or something. So they pull all these people back off the plane. And they said, come up here if you want to be rebooked, if you want a refund. And so I'm standing in line, just kind of exploring my options. At this point, I'm still kind of optimistic. I'm like, all right, well, maybe we could fly to Philly. Maybe we could fly to, a couple different airports. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm standing there in line. There's 2 very nice people behind the counter, and they're doing their thing where they're typing away on the keyboards. And there was another Spirit employee who was just kind of standing, kind of hanging out on the side, making small talk. And she goes, if you're trying to get to Newark tonight, it is not happening. And she kind of said it under her breath. And I was like, excuse me? What'd you say? She said, if you're trying to get to Newark tonight, they're not going to tell you, but it's not happening.
Not the words.
Not the words.
Dinner time.
No.
No, it's not dinner time now, but
Now, if we're here at our home airport, this is totally different because, all right, I mean, it sucks, but we hop in the car and we're home in 20 minutes. But we're 2.5 hours away. It's getting to the point now where even if this flight takes off. We're not getting to Newark until 9 o'clock, and then still got an hour to get to my mom's house. We were going to take a train. It was just going to be a disaster. So I said, are you very confident that this flight will not leave tonight? And she said, yes.
The flight that you were now waiting for.
Yeah, because my fear was that we were going to wait there another 2 hours, and then it was going to be delayed again, or it was going to be canceled. Then it's 6:30, 7 o'clock. We're 2.5 hours from home. We got no hope. So Annette and I talked briefly. We made a game time decision. We said, screw it. We're canceling our flight. We're driving.
Oh, my God.
I mean, at least we were 2.5 hours in the correct direction.
This is genuinely shocking.
Dude, just wait.
That's a long day, a long night.
I go up to the counter. I was like, all right, I want to cancel. She's like, all right, you're going to get this much money back on your credit card. It'll be back, within 2 to 3 days. I said, great. I need my bag. She said, all right, go downstairs, go back through security, go out of security, go downstairs. The baggage office is on the first floor, and they'll be able to get you your bag. So I go down there. I leave security. Annette, I told her, I was like, you take the kids, catch the shuttle, go get our car. You meet me back here. I'll come out with the bag, and then boom, we're on the road. The adrenaline's pumping. I'm feeling good about this plan.
Is this a little residual from you from a couple weeks prior where you pulled off the 10-hour miracle to get from Green Bay, Wisconsin to the dance recital? So you're feeling it.
I am.
And you're like, I could do this.
Yeah.
We'll be in New Jersey proper in 6 hours.
Yeah, right. So I go downstairs. I go to the baggage office. I was like, hey, woman upstairs, she, we canceled our flight, so I just need to get my bag back. And she's like, okay, wait, what flight were you on? And I said, the Newark flight. And she said, oh, yeah, your bag's already on the plane. You can't get that back.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, this information would have been great about 5 minutes ago when I was on that side of security before I had canceled my flight, because no doubt our 4 tickets had already been resold.
I guess, yeah. What's the... I'm sorry. I don't... You're going? I just have a million questions, and I'll never understand air travel. So I guess that's where we're at.
So I just stood there, and I looked at her, and I was like, what do you mean? She's like, what do you mean, what do I mean? And I was like, well, how do I get my bag back? What's going to happen? She's like, well, your bag's going to go to Newark, and then if you're not there to claim it, it's going to be sent back here. I was like...
So your 2 options are... an airport near the city you're visiting for 4 days.
Yeah.
Or an airport 2.5 hours from the city you live in.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dog, this is a good situation.
Kyle, I was despondent for the first 3 hours of our drive.
Well, yeah, because you got the shirt on your back.
Everyone just has the shirt on their back.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had the diaper bag, and I had my backpack that had, like, my toothbrush in it.
Hey, kids, who wants a new wardrobe?
So we get in the car, and it was probably 4:45 or so, 5 o'clock, and we start driving. And I was like, first hour, I was like, all right, this sucks, but it's going to pay off because
you can get the bike.
Not because we're going to get the bike.
I would have paid an infinite amount of dollars to be in that car if you were in the middle of Ohio on the turnpike and you turned to Annette and said, hey, it's not all bad news. And when she looked at you and said, well, what are you talking about? You say, give her a little tap on the shoulder. That's so we can bring my bike home.
We're doing wheelies in no time.
Just to see your wife's reaction.
All right. So to put a quick bow on this, even though it's kind of hard to do, we drove, it's probably an hour and a half into our drive. And I got the Spirit app up and I keep refreshing because I'm looking at this flight now thinking, did it take off or is it going to be canceled?
Look out the sunroof, Nikki P. That's your bag flying overhead.
Which is the worst possible thing that you can do. If you're ever in this situation, you delete those tickets from your phone.
Move on.
Do not even look back. That plane took off exactly when they said it would. And it got to Newark at like 8:15, which is a completely reasonable hour. So it was... I'm watching on my phone. We stopped at the saddest crackhead Subway that I've ever been to get some dinner. And this is, again, an hour and a half into our trip. and it's showing that this plane's going to take off in like 10 minutes. Like it's boarding. And I just turned to Annette and I said, we made the wrong decision. And to her credit, she was the cheerleader the whole time, man. She was like, no big deal. It's going to be fine. And so we drove until about 11:30 that night. We were both getting tired. The kids had fallen asleep. So she's like, do you want me to find a hotel? And I was like, yes. And don't tell me how much it costs. So she's like, take the next exit. Took the next exit, pulled into a hotel. She's like, we're good. I already got us a reservation. We go in. We walk into the room, and normally you like unpack your bags. You go in, you brush your teeth. We had nothing to unpack because we didn't have a bag. So we just all laid down in the beds with our clothes.
So you wore your filth into the bed.
Yeah.
Kudos.
And then the next day we woke up and we had about 4 hours to go. So 8 a.m. we pull out of the parking lot.
Same clothes.
Same clothes.
Same underwear.
Same underwear. And I just said to Annette, I was like, can you just do one favor for me? Just try and talk to somebody at Spirit or at Newark about our bag. And she's like, all right, I'm on it. And she was, through no fault of her own, was able to get nowhere. There's no actual human beings that work at Spirit. So we got to my mom's house around noon, still with no answers. So we unpacked the bottle of water that we had in the car.
Yeah. Did you all carry that in together?
Went inside and then I spent about a half hour, finally got somebody on the phone. And I said, can you please tell me that my bag made it to Newark? And she said, yep, made it to Newark. I said, now can you please tell me that you did not immediately send it back to Detroit? And she said, it's in Newark. I said, thank you. I said, could you send it to us? Here's the address. And she said, well, normally I'd be able to do that, but since you canceled your flight, you're not technically a customer anymore. And I was like, you know something? I hear you. I understand. Granted, I canceled the flight because of incompetence on your end. But, okay. So after driving 12 hours in the previous 16 hours, I got in the car and I headed right up to Newark, picked up our bag, turned around, headed back to the house. And that is why my BMX bike was able to ride back with us, because there was plenty of room in the car.
You know, Steve, I had every intention of coming in here today and complaining about my travel back from my trip. And I don't think I should do that anymore.
Did I steal your thunder?
I mean, God, I had about a 30-minute delay at a bridge. So, pretty relatable.
Were you heading up to the UP?
Correct.
Yes. Friend of the podcast, Chris?
That's right. Yeah, UP Chris. We went up there and visited the Great White North, the hills of northern Michigan. And yeah, I had every intention of telling you, again, you're welcome, that you found those nice direct flights that were going to get you there and safe and sound at a nice time of day, too. That's another thing. Like, they weren't
2 p.m. to 4
crack
p.m.
of dawn.
Both
they were before late. Oh, it's just a beautiful flight that you, again, as you said, you still could have taken.
Yes. By the way, we made it back so fast. We made it back in 12 and a half hours.
Okay.
Which was shocking with 2 kids.
Yeah.
Granted, Nicky looked like a crippled old man by the time we got home, because I don't think he moved at all in his car seat. I felt really bad for him, but he sprung back.
Yeah, I was about to complain to you about our trip back. That you said you just made the trip from New Jersey back to Michigan in about 12 hours, and we made the trip from the UP of Michigan, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. In about 6 hours and 7 stops.
Oh, boy.
So.
Oh, no.
Kudos. Those were not
7
construction or
stops.
traffic related. That was child related.
Okay. You have a sick kid?
Nope. Perfectly healthy kid. I mean, outside of, being a kid.
Yeah.
No, it was just a dreadful one that made me realize I don't think I can drive back up there for multiple years. Okay. When you are spending that long of a time in one state, and
that's a lot of time to spend in one state.
If you look at any atlas or any type of map, and if you were to take one of those, what do they call those things where it's got a little sharp point, you put it on there, and then you make a circle, like this, what makes a compass, circumference,
right?
The compass tells you the direction, right?
Yeah, but I think it's a compass that you draw with too that makes a circle.
So we're thinking of the same thing then, right? Where you stick the point in, you splay it out a little bit, and then it makes a full circle of so this is a radius of 60 miles or whatever.
Drawing circle thing.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna nail it.
That's a compass.
Hey, if I were to do that math on where I could have gone in the 11.25 hours I spent on the way home.
How is it that we were in the car for nearly the same amount of time and you didn't leave the state?
I bring this up because now knowing that you drove, it's time to rip the Band-Aid off, and this is a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Because we kind of joked about it in the past. Is it really a joke if we've been talking about it for 3 months? That you're the house that now has 4 or 5 vehicles that still can't go pull a pallet.
Yeah.
Less joke, right?
We're not good on buying variety. We buy a lot of vehicles with the same payload.
Yeah. So I wanted to address it here. I don't know if you talked about it on the side gig or not, but I came over here probably 4 weeks ago. And you had teased off here mentioning wanting to sell one of your current vehicles. And I went home crossing my fingers and praying to whatever God I pray to that it was the Comanche so we could wrap that saga up.
Oh, no.
And
No.
I came over and I saw a car in the driveway. And I thought, that day I came over, I was pretty certain your mother was in town. And so I thought, rental car, something. Maybe she drove. I can't see that.
No.
Because, Steve, you got a bitchin' new ride.
It is bitchin'.
I sat in the driveway when I left here that night, and I actually had to take a picture of it.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what it was. So I had to let Google do the work.
Okay. Did you ever consider just asking?
I think you'd mentioned it, and I think I don't remember it. Because
so you didn't want to be embarrassed enough to ask again.
Right. You don't want to be that guy. No. If you're asking multiple times about,
big dummy,
a car thing, you're the dummy.
Yeah.
Right. And you're going to be looked at as that in the 30 and over car dummy group. And that's the last thing I need.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And by the way, I meant to put a bookend. That link you had sent me about the BMX post that you had made in the older guys Facebook group was a hit.
It was.
I did not want that to go understated. This is a popular group, an active group, and you sent me the link about your childhood bike, and you laid out all the details that all these nerds think is interesting.
Because I would assume that you thought that I was messing with you.
Yes.
When I said, yeah, it's a really popular post.
Yeah. So this thing, when you sent it to me, it wasn't where it is now, but as it stands, this thing has 52 comments, I'm assuming from other like-minded BMXers.
Yeah.
And 118 reactions.
Yeah.
And to break that up evenly, that's 117 likes / hearts and one laugh emoji that I left.
Okay. So you had to join the group.
No.
Oh, you didn't?
It let me see it. It is not as private. Again.
Oh, I thought it was I thought that I had to, be accepted.
We're dealing with the over 30 BMX.
Okay. I might go back and report that post as offensive then.
Get it removed for spam. So you just can't help yourself over here nowadays because I didn't know. I knew you were in the cursory market to sell one of your cars.
Yeah.
Right? I did not know how active you were in that. We hadn't really followed up on that. Yet you decided the wait is over. And I am getting the new rig, as we described it, the bitchin' new ride.
The bitchin' ride, yeah.
How'd you come to that decision to where you finally told the old lady, hey...
Interesting take on on how our relationship works.
Hey, Toots, it's time to get the BR in the driveway, or we're getting you out of the driveway.
Yeah.
Right?
Papa needs a new rig.
How did this all come about? Because not like new cars are foreign to you.
No,
buying vehicles is foreign to you.
No, man, I got this process so streamlined at this point.
But where did the itch come from in the midst of a lot going on? You know, at that point, you were not vacation planning, but, you know, again, we still got the sunroom teardown going on. You've got the Comanche project well into year 5. You've got a lot going on.
Well, without giving away too much, it was around November that the vehicle that I was driving started to be associated with Nazis.
Those Comanches, man. You can't trust them.
And
this is news to me. I apologize to my Native American brethren because I'm assuming.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there was a multitude of reasons that I wanted to get rid of that car. I loved it, but it wasn't serving us well as a good family mobile, kind of small. My wife's car was always the de facto road trip car.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to have a little bit more flexibility, have a little bit more room.
Right.
And as the kids get bigger, obviously they're bringing more stuff. We need more room for things.
So you went and got a minivan.
I did not get a minivan.
Come on.
We went to the auto show a couple months ago, and I was the one saying to Annette, we need to get a minivan, because minivans are sweet now.
Well, first of all, everybody who says no to a minivan, which is me, and I only have one kid, we don't really have the need for it. But I've always been in that camp that I don't need one, won't get one. But everybody, the way they describe them in the videos, those things are like campers.
They're so nice.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy how nice they are. They have so much cool stuff built into them. It wasn't like the minivan that we had when I was a kid where it was burgundy with wood grain panels and it had red velour interior.
Right.
No, they're beautiful. They have like leather interior and the seats like flip and fold down and disappear into the floor. And then, every seat in the back has a video monitor and headphone jacks and everything. They're amazing. But I did not get a minivan. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a minivan at some point.
Really?
Yeah, I think we'll get one.
Are you?
Annette already said, she's like, I think my next car, I want a minivan.
This is shocking that in the midst of like signing papers for the current new vehicle, you guys are looking across that table from each other at whatever, credit union or wherever, or dealer, going, man, that next one's going to be a minivan.
Can't wait. The money I don't have is burning a hole in my pocket.
Right. So I'm curious how you ended up with where you ended up with the vehicle, because I wouldn't have guessed that would be the mode then.
Yeah, we had originally, the car that I got, we were originally going to get that car a couple of years ago, and it was during COVID. We had like put a down payment on it, and we were in the queue, and it was going to be, but that was during COVID when all of those delays were being, like all of the hardware and chips, like computer chip delays were causing all that chaos with the auto industry where, cars were being built and then they were just sitting for months and months and months because they didn't have one little transistor or whatever because of all of the issues that they were having with all the shipments. And so I liked it. I liked it enough where I was like, I was still thinking about it, and I was like, something, maybe now's the time to do it. So put my car up for sale. I've had not any success yet. I mean, because I still have it. As of right now, I am the closest I have ever been to selling my old car.
Okay.
A guy is interested in it. He is serious about it. And he set up an appointment at an auto shop today to have the car inspected, or not inspected, but like a pre-purchase inspection where you can take it to your mechanic and have them look at it. I drove it over there for him. I went back and picked it up a couple hours later, and I just sent him a message 4 minutes ago saying, hey, have you heard from them yet? Because as long as they get back to him and say, yep, everything's good, he's going to initiate like the payment process, the wire transfer for me to sell that car.
Say, does he also know that he's dealing with a mechanic himself?
Oh, I don't think he has any idea.
Because if he wants a professional's opinion, he need only walk 40 feet backward. Well, he can walk forward, but behind your house. I don't care how he gets there.
Yeah. It's actually about 122 feet.
122
because, you'd remember, well, that's if he starts at my electrical panel, because if you remember, I bought 125 feet of 2224 quadruplex direct burial.
Obviously, right underground. Right underground. He would have seen and known this thing has been in good hands.
If this works out the way that I hope it will, he will be paying me either today or tomorrow for my car, which I will then turn and fully pay off my car, which I haven't even made a payment on it yet.
Hey, okay. All right.
And have like $400 left over.
So then we could start talking minivan deposit.
That's right. Exactly.
So you just need the next COVID to swallow up your minivan deposit.
I'm basically running a pyramid scheme.
Of cars.
Of cars, yeah.
And at the rate you're going, it may never end. This will never end. This may be a Bernie Madoff where next thing you know, you're dealing with financiers and billionaires who own sports clubs.
Yep.
And you're providing vehicles to them.
Yeah, I'll be the reason that Bobby Bonilla is making $2 million a year until 2058.
So as it stands, you've got the new ride. And I got to tell you, it was an unexpected purchase. Like, I didn't expect that type of car or that car to be the one you would do. Is this like the last... You just talked about a minivan, right? Is this like the last gasp for Steve trying to own like cool cars?
Oh, no. Because honestly, I don't like it as much as I thought I would.
Oh, God, it's already happening. So you went and made the purchase, did everything, got it home, and 4 weeks in?
Yeah, about 4 weeks in.
We're souring.
Well, I like it. That's the thing. I like it. And I think I'll like it more once my old car is gone, because I really liked my old car. It was a lot of fun to drive. It was just like comfortable, and everything about it was what I liked. So to have it still be at the house, and it's like you're trying to date somebody new, but like you're still living with your ex.
All right. Well, you heard it here. Steve's in a car cuck situation.
No, I'm not. I guess I am.
At this point, you'd either be the one... I don't know. You're in a car cuck situation. I feel for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Stay tuned next week for the update on Steve's next new car.
Or if this guy is ghosting me, which I think he is.
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't, but I do.
Well,
but
listen,
I feel like he's going to get the... because... No matter what, the mechanic is going to find a problem with the car.
There is...
I'm sure that he's going to be like, oh, well, the spindles are stripped out or something.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if the FM radio is working properly. That's a big deal for you.
I just don't want we've already negotiated. We have price.
Right.
Everything. I just don't want to be nickel and dime now. He said that the mirror's got a scratch on it.
Yeah.
Can I get $50 on it? All right.
Oh, God.
What do you want? What do you want to pay? You tell me. You tell me what you're going to send me, and I'm going to accept it.
I do not envy you right now, but again, the alternative is, driving around and...
I'm going to feel like kind of a baller, though, if my first payment on my car can be my last payment. If I can just call them up and be like, you know something? I know you gave me 4 years at, 3 point whatever percent,
right.
But how about no years at no percent?
And release that lien while you're at it.
Yeah.
Or...
I want that title free and clear.
Hear me out. Pay the car and roll that money right on over into that Honda Odyssey.
All right. At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. A bunch of stuff posted up there.
Yes, a couple polls. Steve's BMX bike.
Did you post my my tree video yet?
I did not. I got that when I was in the UP. And when I say the UP, folks, I mean the U-est of P's. There was the idea of cell phone service is a foreign concept up that far.
Okay.
And yes, that is posted as well as a picture of Steve's BMX bikes, past and present.
All right. Talk to you next week. See you later.